All right. How is everyone doing? Got a lot of news coming out of Israel right now. A lot of tanks entering into Gaza, tanks leaving Gaza, more airstrikes into Gaza. So what exactly is going on? Well, that's what we are going to go over in this video. If you're watching this video, make sure you turn on your notifications. Otherwise, you will miss all the updates. And it helps out a lot. And make sure to also like the video. So let's go ahead and get into this. So right now there's a lot of rumors of Israel has started the ground invasion into Gaza. This is partially true. It's true and not true. What is happening is essentially you have tanks going into Gaza on these mini raid parties. And they're trying to clear out lanes. They're trying to expose enemy positions. Maybe even try to find glimpse of hostages. And hello everybody who's watching live. Thank you everyone for being here. Ivar. If you think these are lives, I'll show you the proof. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. First and foremost, this is a reporter right now from Al Jazeera who's reporting the news down in Gaza. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Al Jazeera has been a little sketchy lately on their reporting. There's been a lot of false reporting from them. I try to use them as much as possible because they report from the other side. But again, I will give you guys the sources and I'll let you determine whether or not they're true. So again, just remember, Al Jazeera is banned in a lot of nations. Well, Israel, I think, banned Al Jazeera for some of their statements. So again, let's go ahead and watch this.
So please, guys, if you can hear us, send that message to the world that we are isolated now in Gaza. Again, guys, if you can hear us, we are isolated in the territory. We don't have any phone signals. We don't have any internet connections. We found a great difficulty even to communicate and contact with our relatives in different parts of the territory. Even we don't know what is the situation on the ground in different areas of the strip. We just only hear bombardment. We don't have any kind of access of communication to anyone. Everyone now is really terrified and afraid. Journalists here, even the citizens who are inside the hospital, they don't have any access to their networks. They don't have any kind of communication even with their neighbors.
Okay, so this is the big thing, is that the internet is out. And you notice he started talking about the hospital. Now again, I'm giving you guys the sources and I'll let you guys determine this. Let me find it real quick. And then we'll get into the raid parties. This is from Israeli Defense Forces. They are saying that Hamas is using a hospital as their headquarters. And again, I'll let you guys decide because I'm just trying to show you guys all sides of the spectrum here. And again, make sure you guys like the live stream, turn on your notifications. It helps out a lot. And then we will get to the raids. Don't worry. I know you guys are all about those raids. So here's a little graphic from Israeli Defense Forces. The Shifa Hospital is not only the largest hospital in Gaza, but it also acts as the main headquarters for Hamas activities. Again, this is not me saying this. This is Israel. Hello from Romania, Chefach. Terrorism does not belong in a hospital, and the IDF will operate to uncover any infrastructure. Again, this is from Israeli Defense Forces. Okay, and there's also like audio coming from there, but again, I'll let you guys decipher. You can go to the Israeli Defense Forces Twitter. And yeah, so here's essentially what's going on. You have these small raid parties, which is like classic combat engineer, big military tactics, where you send in the engineers first, try to probe a little bit. Hey, thank you for the $10 donation. Eric Mason, finally catching a T-SPLY live stream. Hey, you will catch more of these live streams if you turn on the notifications. And again, thank you for liking the video. Thank you so much. And we'll give you guys a glimpse of this. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the old Twitter. Oops, let me X that out. Here we go. Okay, again, these are from Israeli Defense Forces. You can see the column of how they're working. But one thing I want to point out right here, you're seeing like straight up old school engineer equipment just coming on in and bulldozing things out of the way. Look at that. Israel has been reporting they're trying to take out any sort of infrastructure or any sort of areas where Hamas could be operating out of, because Israel has yet to truly secure their border. I'm reporting on this every single day. I'm looking at all of the news stories. I mean, every hour you have a story of Israeli Defense Forces getting attacked from Hamas or Hezbollah or some sort of strike coming in. So that's why Israel now has no choice but to start to get into their territories of operation and try to eliminate these areas where Hamas is operating out of. Another column right there. And one of my good friends, you guys know him. You guys probably watch this content, old Preston Stewart. He made a good point. This conflict is probably not going to be as public as Russia-Ukraine. Israel, I think, has been really transparent about all of their operations. And you guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. When it comes to the Russia-Ukraine stuff, we see everything in real time, everything happening. When it comes to this conflict, you're really trying to trust either or sources. Like whatever Al Jazeera says, Israel will say something else, and then you have to try and find the middle ground of what's true or not true. But again, as far as these small raids going into Gaza, this is essentially what's going on right now. You have these probe attacks, and you have these targeted attacks. I don't trust either, not gonna lie. That's fair enough. Love Preston. Yeah, Preston's my best friend. But again, this right here is not uncommon. Beyond the actual war, this again would not be an uncommon tactic for Israel to go on in and try to secure the border from the other side. Somebody says, it is a smaller front. There is simply less media to control, so it will be more private. Exactly. Now again, this is what's going on right now. You got these bulldozers going on in eliminating Hamas areas. And something else that I couldn't find the videos of it, but it's being heavily reported, is that beyond the actual ground invasion, you also have the sea invasion. You have the Navy SEALs of Israel going on into Gaza as well. But Israel is also dealing with a sea threat where Hamas has their own versions of like these scuba divers going on into Israel. But a lot of these threats have been eliminated. Yes, Austin. What's up, Marcus? Good to see you. Okay, so of course Hamas has responded. Hamas vows full force after Israel steps up Gaza's ground operations. Here's a little clip. Again, the air campaign has nearly doubled right now. About 200 strikes a day, which is absolutely insane. That's more than the shock and awe of the United States over Baghdad. Somebody said, is this what Army engineers would do/use? Well, it's interesting. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has like all assets, but you have light engineers and heavy engineers. Typically, you will always send some sort of reconnaissance element or some sort of ground invasion before the big invasion. So yes, to answer your question directly, yes and no. It's all about situation. As far as Gaza and Israel is concerned, you have these very defined borders where Israel is dealing with these border issues. It'd almost be like if the United States is at war with the cartel, and the cartel have established an entire line of border defense. That's what Israel is up against right now. They also are dealing with the unknown. Even though something might be cleared right in front of them, and we'll get to this in a second, the tunnel system on their Gaza is beyond the biggest threat right now for Israel, even along the border. Okay, let's see what Hamas has to say. Hamas said on Saturday, which if you're watching this today, if you guys didn't know, Saturday is in the future. Saturday, it's militants in Gaza. We're ready to confront Israeli attacks with full force. Leave a comment down below. What do you think the full force is? Because I have no idea. There are no accurate numbers out there to know exactly what the full force. I think Israel's biggest issue is going to be the civilians, not so much Hamas. I mean, the humanitarian effort's going to be absolutely insane. After Israel's military widened its air-ground attacks on Palestine enclave, the Palestinian militant group that rules Gaza said earlier its fighters were clashing with Israeli troops in areas near the border with Israel after Israel reported intensified attacks in Gaza. Now, I can't find any accurate casualty counts on either side. Somebody left a good comment, and I kind of want to talk about this real quick. Ukraine uses 10K missiles a day. Is Israel using that many or less? Now, here's what's confusing. Ukraine is reporting on the exact amount of munitions. Israel is reporting on the exact amount of targeted attacks. So we know the minimum is 200, but there are videos out there, and I'm sure you guys have seen them, where it's like out of nowhere, 9 incomings on one building, but that was one targeted attack. So try to put that into perspective. as to how the reporting is going down. I'm not saying Israel is dishonest, but they're not fully being honest with how many munitions are out there and what they have. I don't think they're going to report it. Ukraine has to report it because the whole world is almost funding Ukraine. So I hope that sort of answered your question. Civdiv. Is Civdiv in here? Civdiv. Are you in here? If anyone doesn't know who Civdiv is, he is a celebrity in Ukraine. In addition to attacks carried out in the last few days, ground forces are expanding their operations tonight. So we'll see what happens. Israeli military spokesman. I keep seeing people say Civdiv, big fan, but where are you? I don't see you in here. Okay, his tunnel vids, got it. Israeli military spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said in a televised news briefing on Friday evening, raising the question on whether a long-anticipated ground invasion of Gaza may be beginning. Here's the answer for you guys. He said Israel's Air Force was conducting extensive strikes on the tunnels dug by Hamas. Now, we're just going to put it out there because everyone's thinking it. If Israel is going after these tunnels, is it affecting civilians? Are there a lot of casualties? The answer is absolutely yes. The only issue is there's no accurate way to fully know what those counts are. Yeah, Civdiv did make a good video. If you guys go check that out on the tunnel systems. I think everybody has a different answer on how to take out these tunnel systems. I am not an expert like Civdiv. Some people say gas him out. Israel says take him out with bunker busters. Who knows? The issue with bunker busters, again, there's so much collateral damage. And not only that, if they're taking them out, Israel still has to operate and still clear the area. Was there a water assault as well? Yes, there was, and I apologize. I don't have the clip here for you guys, but there are verified, quote-unquote, water assaults, if you will. The Al-Qassam brigades and all the Palestinian resistance forces are completely ready to confront Israel's aggression with full force and frustrate its incursions, Hamas said in a statement early on Saturday. Who knows what that means? Yeah, the cartel tunnel system is not like this. The cartel tunnel system is just get a little body in there and get into America. The tunnel systems here, perfect segue, overlap on themselves. You guys thought I didn't have this graphic ready? You guys should know me by now. I got all the graphics. This is not a cartel tunnel system. And you know what? Next time I'll do a side-by-side. These tunnel systems are designed to be attacked and destroyed. So if one of these tunnels is destroyed, they still have like 7 other more. And again, we don't know the exact amount of tunnel like mileage. Israel reports 300. But the other wearing factor is that a lot of these tunnels sprout into Israel. What up, though? I see you. I will be talking about Niger, Africa soon because there are some breaking stories. The Senate has talked about U.S. troops leaving Niger, but it looks like we're staying. Thank you for the question. All right, and I'll end with this. We're talking about the raids. Every single time the United States puts out a warning, something happens really bad in a few hours or the next day. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to speculate. There seems to be a pattern out here. I made a video on my TikTok. Yes, I've used TikTok. I do use TikTok. The Mediterranean has a warning for all ships in the Eastern Mediterranean. What happens 4 hours later? A small ground invasion with these targeted raids. So look out for anything the United States says as far as this. During the significant escalation of fighting tonight in the Gaza Strip in southern Israel, the U.S. State Department has released another travel alert for Lebanon. Will Israel defend / offense from the tunnels from their side? They're not saying. Who knows? Yeah, maybe Israel has their own tunnels, but I highly doubt it because you have to fully assume those tunnels are rigged. I mean, those tunnels have to get cleared one way or another, and it's going to be a combat engineer who does it, just like the tunnel rats in Vietnam. Okay, So again, pay attention to any sort of United States reporting or Biden going on TV and talking about an escalation. Usually that correlates to what's happening in Israel, because if you think the U.S. is not in cahoots of what's going on, again, I've been reporting on this from day one on every single underground website. 2 seconds later, something bad happens. Alrighty. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, that's essentially what's going on. Again, these are small raids. We'll see what happens during the quote-unquote big invasion. I don't know how they're all going to even fit into Gaza, this big invasion. Nonetheless, more airstrikes, more tanks, more casualties. Look out for the tunnel systems. And thank you guys for being here. Turn on your notifications, like the stream, and if I missed your comment, go to the posted video, leave your comment so I can answer your questions. Peace in the Middle East. God bless. Love all you guys. And we'll see you later. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you.